Hello, in this one, we're going to be creating complex and compound shapes. Okay, complex and compound shapes. That's what we're going to learn how to create in this video. So there is one thing I skipped from the previous videos or from the first video. That's one little feature we have when creating shapes like the rectangle shape or the square shape or some of these ones with sharp angles. You get like this one. One option there is to modify is the corners or the radius of the corners. Now let's just hover on it. I think there should be, yeah, now you see set radius of rounded corners. So we can set the radius of rounded corners. So it means if we increase this, let's say to 24, we try to create our triangle, we see that it comes with rounded corners, right? It comes with rounded corners based on the value we choose here. Okay, so let me just bump this value to 40 and see what kind of square I create. Now this is the kind of square I create with rounded corners. Okay, so that's how to create designs or shapes with rounded corners. Perfect. So that's the little option I forgot to add in. I'm just going to delete this once and face our creation of complex and compound shapes. Now, what are compound shapes? Let's start with compound shapes. Compound shapes have more than one shapes in them. So it means we can come and select the rectangle tool, create a rectangle, and then while selecting our layer, come to this place where it says path operations. So click here, and now you see different options. Now the current option is to create new layer. It means if you click and create, we're going to be creating a new layer each time, so you can see the layers keep adding up, right? So I'm just going to delete this layer, yes, and delete this one, yes. So we have other options. We can choose other options. We can have this selected and then come here and choose combine shape. So it means if I click and release, it's going to combine my two shapes. Now we have two shapes combined into one layer. Two shapes combined into one layer. We can reduce the size and say we want to do even greater things. So we can have our layer selected and add. Okay, no. The right option wasn't selected. So I'm just going to delete this one and select my layer, select my rectangle tool, and then select combine. So it still combines our shapes. So let's select a different option and see what it does. Okay, so let's select subtract from shape. Oh, sorry. I wanted to create a new one and then subtract it from this one. So let's just alright, so what you want to do is select this guy first and then select your operation. Okay, so select the subtract and then now we can subtract. You get how it works now. You have to select your tool first, okay, and then select the operation, which is subtract, and then select your shape and subtract. You get the point. Now if you subtract, you can still modify your shape, which is inside the layer. Okay, and one other thing I want you to just learn quickly is that if we create a new shape, for example, let's say we don't want to subtract, right? We just want to create a new shape, and you get to see this little icons, I call them, on each of our corners. Okay, as far as the shape has a sharp angle, you get to see these things on each of our corners. So these things enable us to kind of modify the curvature of our angles. So you can see how I'm modifying the curvature of our angles just by doing this. Perfect. So that's a very little thing I want to just show you. So I'm going to select my shape, my second shape. And then select this, come on, get the mode, let's say intersect, that intersect shape areas. So I can just select this guy and then click, and we can see that it's going to just intersect the area between the two shapes you get. So you can experiment with the remaining options. I think that's only one option remaining. So you can see we've been able to create this compound shape, which we wouldn't have been able to easily do it with our shape tools here. These are what I mean by compound shapes. We are basically adding multiple shapes together. So while selecting this guy, let me just try adding an ellipse. So we have to, first of all, select your ellipse, select your mode, and then select the layer, then subtract. So you have to really get the workflow very well in order to achieve this. So you have to, first of all, select your ellipse, select your mode, and then select the layer, and then do it. So that's that. Okay, so these are what we call compound shapes. And then we have one more thing, which are complex shapes. Now these are shapes you can create by using the pen tool. So you can use the pen tool to draw out shapes. So you can see that, okay, presently some parts, you can see some parts. So that's why I'm not seeing any stroke or any fill. So I'm just going to delete the path and then take my pen tool again. Now click here and click shapes. Okay, now we have our fill color and stroke color. So I'm just going to start creating my shape. Perfect. Now we can see this is now a complex shape. Okay, because I don't have it under custom shapes and I can't create it with my shape tools, right? So this is my complex shape. So the pen tool, when you select the pen tool, all you need to do is to come and create a point. Okay, so all you then need to do is to click and drag to create the curved point, click and drag to create the curved point, click and drag. You get click and drag. Now if we do not want to create a curved point, we can just click and click. You get click and click. Now you see we are not creating curved points, we are creating points with sharp angles. You get, so click, and now when you come to the place you started, you're going to see this little icon appearing beneath the pen tool, asking you to complete the shape. You get, so you can complete the shape. Now it's now a full shape. So that's how the pen tool works. Pen tool is a very simple and important tool. Simple yet important. Okay, and we're going to work with the pen tool while this course progresses. Apart from the pen tool, we have the free form pen tool. This free form pen tool helps us draw shapes, but without clicking and clicking and clicking. We just need to click once and then draw the desired shape, and it's gonna just complete it for us like this. Okay, that's all you need to do with this. Perfect. And let's just delete this. We have the curvature pen tool, and the curvature pen tool is really similar to the curvature tool in Adobe Illustrator if you're familiar with it. Now all you need to do is to click, click and click. Now we have a curve. Click and click. Now we have a curve. Okay, so click, 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 we have a curve. Click, 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 we have a curve. You get, and click, we now have a curve. We now have a shape. Okay, so that's how this tool works. But if you do not want to have a curve, you can click, 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 and let's see, double click, double click. You get, or click once. You get, so double click, double click, double click, double click, double click, and we're gonna have these points. So we can modify these guys like this. Yeah, so that's how the curvature tool works. Now we're going to look at the remaining in the next video. Okay, so this is just how we create complex and compound shapes. Okay, that's that for this video. See you in the next one. Bye. Hey, so that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. We post new videos every week covering topics in the fields of graphic design and illustration, motion graphics and video, branding, and more. If you want to support us and get access to exclusive benefits such as the project files we use in our classes, a live chat with us, shoutouts, and more, consider becoming a patron on Patreon. You can join for as little as $3 a month, and the link to our Patreon page is in the description below. And if you want to take your learning to the next level, you can check out the complete course, of which this episode is a part of. And in the complete course, you get access to more than 10 hours of video lessons, project files and resources, class exercises, a Q&A section, a certificate of completion, and more. You can get the course for a special discount by using the link in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.